Beloved, 10 years ago, I got a phone call from a fraternity brother of mine while I was vacationing on the coast of North Carolina. He called to ask if I would think about serving as an interim youth director at his home church. Now, he knew I didn't want to do youth ministry. He knew I didn't want to live in a small town, but he called anyway. Truth be told, neither of us had any idea what that phone call would mean for my life, for the life of Madison Presbyterian Church, but God did. 10 years of ministry together. We have experienced the highest of highs and the depths of difficulty. We have watched as God has birthed newness among us, taught us what it means to love each other, and to carry grace and hope with us into the world. 6 weeks ago, I was vacationing on the coast of North Carolina, and I got a call from another friend. This friend I'd been journeying with for about 2 years now. That friend was calling to offer me the opportunity to serve as the pastor and head of staff at Idlewild Presbyterian Church in Memphis, Tennessee. Before we hung up the phone, I started crying because almost immediately upon him making the offer, I heard God say quietly, yes. This is the people to whom I am calling you. This is the church and the community that you are going to serve in this new season of ministry. I started crying because I knew what that yes from God meant for me and for you, for our church, and for this community. That yes to a new calling, to a new place and a new people means that I have to leave you, a people that I deeply love, a church and a community that I deeply love. But I know that God is calling me to do this work. I cried because you've taught me what it means to love and care for your neighbor. You have supported me through some of the most devastating times of my life, and you have encouraged me and rejoiced with me in the midst of God's provision and God's blessings. You know, as we move into the season of Advent, we do so with a posture of expectation for the new thing that God is going to birth into the world in Jesus Christ. Well, for us, this season of Advent will take on a slightly different tenor. Because as we wait expectantly for the birth of the Christ child, we will also begin a season of transition. Early on, I asked a friend of mine who's been praying for me throughout this whole discernment journey how I could show my love for you and to you in this season. She encouraged me in 2 ways. First, she said, tell us. Tell us that you love us. Tell us that you're not leaving because you don't love us or the church or the community. Tell us that you love us, but you need to leave because God has called you to something new. And then show us by how you plan. And so I've spent the last 6 weeks developing a draft plan. By the time you watch this video, your session will have already met and they will have seen that plan and they will have begun to explore together what a season of transition will look like for Madison Presbyterian Church. 10 years ago, I had no idea what that phone call would mean for me or for you or for our church, but God did. And as we move into this season of Advent, God knows what this next season will bring for you. God knows the person that God will call to leadership here, and God knows that you will love them so beautifully and well as you have me. So friends, as we move into this season, know I am praying for you, praying for our church, and I ask for your prayers for me as I prepare to make the transition to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm praying for you. I'm sending you all my love. Grace and peace.